In this video, we're going to be talking about how to get user input into your programs in Python. Let's get on with it. Understanding how to get user input into your programs is really important. Most programs will need some form of input from the user. Now, to get user input in Python, we use the input function. Inside the brackets, we can type a helpful prompt to the user, telling them what it is we want them to type. And because the user is going to be typing directly after this prompt, it's helpful to put maybe a colon space or some special characters. If we run that, we can see we get the prompt, type your name, and there we go. Now at the moment, that Steve that I just typed has been lost. We didn't do anything with it in the code. So typically what you would want to do is actually store the user's input in a variable. So now whatever the user types is going to be stored in name, and I could then do something like this. I could say print hello plus name. Run it again. Type in Steve and it says hello Steve. Now what do you do if it's actually an integer value that you want from the user? Let's say that it's not their name, but their age that you're asking for. Well, we do it in exactly the same way. We type in a prompt, type your age. Now let's say that I wanted to use their age to calculate their year of birth. So I could say year of birth, and I can calculate that by taking this year and subtracting their age. And then we'll go ahead and print their year of birth. If I run this at the moment, and we'll go ahead and type in, 89, it throws an error. It says unsupported operand type, blah, blah, blah. This is basically telling us that we cannot put a minus symbol between an integer and a string. Or in other words, you can't take text away from a number. Now the reason why this error happens is because whenever you use the input function in Python, whatever the user types is always stored as a string, even if they type a number. So when the user types 89, instead of it being an integer like that, it's actually being stored as the text value 89. So what we need to do is convert that string value into an integer. And there are two places we can do this. We could do it here. So I'm going to wrap that age variable in the int function. That converts the string into an integer. And it should now be able to do 2020 take away 89. So let's run it again. Type in 89 and you can see that it gives me 1931. Now that's one way to do it, but you'll often find that it's actually more useful to convert the string into an integer at the point when you get the input. So what this now means is ask the user for their age, straight away convert it to an integer, and then store it. So the age is now stored as an integer. And there you go. Simple. That's how you can get user input into your programs.